questions, topics, anything anybody want to discuss, any issues coming up in a transaction? Hey, Master, how are you?
How you doing, Tanya?
I'm good.
Not so much of a question, but this is like a general, well, more like a general question. What trends are you seeing, I guess, with businesses that you think, even on the realty side or the commercial side, that we should be like on the lookout for? Because you see a lot of different companies laying off, but those are the big boys. But just like, just even like smaller businesses, you think that we should be just keeping our eye open or ear open for that we may not be thinking about. That's just pretty much it.
I think in terms of business sales, so you've got an entire baby boomer generation that wants to retire. So there's no shortage of business owners out there that are looking to retire, to sell their business, to do something, so they can move their future forward. The problem we have right now is that their expectations, seller expectations of what their business, and that's always a problem. It's not just right now, but it's been complicated and exacerbated by all of the interest rate hikes that happened over the last summer. And so where today your interest rate on an SBA loan is like 10.25% or something, a year ago was 6.5%. And what that means is that the cash flow of the business, you've got, the lenders are looking at your debt coverage ratios, right? They're looking at what the payment is going to be and what the cash flow of the business is going to be. And is the cash flow going to be sufficient to give that new owner a cost of living, some amount of salary or whatever to manage their living expenses, and then also be able to pay back that loan. And as the interest rates climb, it makes the payments higher, which then creates more difficulty in meeting that debt coverage ratio. So the issue that we have right now is just really hard conversations with sellers where they're saying, you're telling me that my business is worth less right now than it was a year ago. And what I tell them is, if your numbers, because we do the business valuations based on the numbers, right? We're looking for a calculation of sellers' discretionary earnings is what we calculate to try to. On small businesses. So when we're talking about small businesses, and when I'm talking to a business owner, I tell them, look, if your gross revenue today or this year was exactly the same as last year, and your net income was exactly the same, and all the perks and benefits and everything that you took out of your business was exactly the same, yes, your business value today is less than it was a year ago, because the interest rates are higher. And so the cash flow of that business cannot cover the same amount of debt service this year that it could last year, right? So it's just having conversations and trying to help them understand. And a lot of times you have to crunch the numbers and show them. And they say, yeah, but I have this great business, it's debt-free and all that. And it's like, yes, it is to you. It's not going to be the buyer, right? The buyer is going to have debt. That's the only way they're going to be able to buy. In most cases, granted, you have, every once in a while somebody comes in, they inherited money or, they have something. But most of the small businesses, oftentimes they're going to SBA lenders and they're trying to get a loan. And so, that's, look at $100,000. Well, a lot of SBA lenders don't want to touch anything under $300,000 at this point, or $250,000. But look at a $300,000 loan and what the payment's going to be at 6.5% interest versus at 10.25% interest. And there's a big difference. So.
Okay. Thank you for the feedback.